Answers are collected outside the Wikimedia Foundation's servers by the Public Research Center Marthawian.org. In France, contents: top biography, personal life, equipment, discography, references, external links, Rick Savage article, talk, read, edit, viewed, history, tools from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia for other people named Richard Savage. See Richard Savage disambiguation. Not to be confused with Horace Savage. This biography of a living person needs additional citations for verification. Please help by adding reliable sources. Contentious material about living persons that is unabsorbed or poorly sourced must be removed immediately, especially if potentially libelous or harmful. Find sources. Rick Savage News, newspapers, books. Scholar J.S. Steer, December 2021. Learned how and when to remove this template message. Rick Savage. Savage performing in 2018. Savage performing in 2018. Background information. Birth name Richard Savage, also known as Sat, born December 2, 1960. Age 62. Sheffield, Yorkshire, England. Genres: hard rock, heavy metal, glam metal. Occupation: musician. Instrument: bass guitar. Years active: 1976. Present website: defleppard.com. Richard Savage, born December 2, 1960, is an English musician best known for being the bass guitarist and one of the founding members of the rock band Def Leppard. Savage and lead singer Joe Elliott are the only two remaining original members of the band. The two of them, plus drummer Rick Gallant, are also the only members of the band who have performed on every album. Biography: Savage was born in Sheffield in South Yorkshire. Savage was educated at Tapton Secondary School in Sheffield. In his youth, he learned to play guitar along with his older brother. They played songs like Rod Stewart's Maggie May and Don McLean's American Pie. Savage also pursued a career as a professional football player with Sheffield United, despite his devotion to rivals Sheffield Wednesday. Savage ultimately chose music and formed a band with a few schoolmates including Tony Canning and eventually Pete Willis. As Atomic Mass, they mostly covered Queen, Slade, Deep Purple, Jimi Hendrix, and other popular rock artists of the time. At one point, they decided that Willis was the better guitar player, so Savage picked up the bass guitar. Needing a singer, the band auditioned an acquaintance of Willis, Joe Elliott. They subsequently picked up guitarist Steve Clark and changed their name to Def Leppard. Savage contracted Bell's palsy around 1994. This causes his facial muscles to weaken and become partially paralyzed. He has recovered, but effects of the disease are still visible, especially when he is fatigued. From an interview by Gordon Shearer on defleppard.com, Shearer: what about when you developed your Bell's palsy? Didn't it change the way you dealt with things? Lots of gossip, lots of comments. I could imagine going from the position that you were in, from ultimate rock sex god to Savage. It was hard to come to terms with and to understand why. I found it was easy to get into the why me syndrome, partly because of the disability. It was more not being able to eat properly, or not being able to sleep without putting the patch on your eye because your eye wouldn't close, and things like that. The effect that it has on your everyday life was the hardest thing. In comparison, it was a very minor debilitating disease. It keeps you humble seeing what Rick Gallant went through and how he had to deal with things. So, I would rather have not gotten the disease, but I did, and you make the best of what you got. Personal life: Savage is married to Paige Savage, with whom he has 3 children, one from Paige's prior relationship, Jordan, Tyler and Scott. The family moved to Enniskerry in 2013. But returned to Sheffield in 2016. 3 Equipment: Savage in 2007. Savage currently uses custom basses made by Jackson after endorsing Washburn XB920 for string and XB925 5-string bass guitars from 1999 to 2009. He formerly used Hammer 4 and 5-string bass guitars for over 17 years. Starting with their Gibson Explorer-inspired Blitz model during the High-End Dry and Pyromania albums from 1982 to 1985, and Hammer's modernistic take on the Explorer shape, the Scarab model of which he mainly used a white model during the Hysteria recording sessions and tour, although Savage continued to use a black-colored Blitz Downton seat number signed 80G for the hit single Pour Some Sugar on Me, which can be seen on their Live in the Round, In Your Face live video/DVD. And a Scarab model in black with a reverse headstock was seen in the Rocket video and their performance at the MTV Video Music Awards in 1989. From 1985 to 1989, At the release of Adrenalize he used an array of Chaparral Max 5-string models in various colors including a black and white granite finish, one with a variation of the Adrenalize album artwork custom painted on it, and a black painted model from 1990 to 1999. Savage switched endorsements to Washburn basses in the middle of the promotion cycle for the Euphoria album in 1999, and a Natural Flame XB925 given to him by Washburn in 1999 has been his main instrument since then. However, the custom-painted Union Jack XB925 is his most well-known bass 5, followed by the St. George's Cross XB925, with both paint schemes reproduced on his new Jackson basses in 2009. He acquired 2 more of the Jackson basses, one in a gray-toned Union Jack scheme and the other painted in the colors of Sheffield Wednesday with the team's logo. He used these on the 2011 Mirrorball Tour. 6 Savage never has been a fingerstyle bassist, relying entirely on a plectrum, or pick. In an interview with Bass Guitar magazine, he stated, "I'm a terrible player with my fingers and I always play with a pick. I love to have consistency within a sound no matter where you are on the fretboard. I found that when I play with fingers, notes jump out and others are too muted. It would be a nightmare for the sound engineer just trying to compress the thing to make sure there's an equal balance coming off the stage." Discography main article, Def Leppard discography. The Def Leppard EP 1979 On Through the Night 1980, High and Dry 1981, Pyromania 1983, Hysteria 1987, Adrenalize 1992, Retroactive 1993, Slang 1996, Euphoria 1999, X 2002, Yeah! 2006, Songs from the Sparkle Lounge 2008, Mirrorball, Live and More 2011, Viva! Hysteria 2013, Def Leppard 2015, Diamond Star Halos 2022.